Did you know that lemon was used as a form of birth control? And now there's actually a product that's similar to the way that lemon was said to work, because lemon does not work. This product is actually FDA approved and it actually works. Because once again, lemon does not work. Today, we are going to break down all the ways, all the products you can use to prevent pregnancy. Let's go. But first, my name is Adetutu. I am a board-certified women's health nurse practitioner here to break down women's health concerns in the way that we can understand it and digest it better. Let's get started. Okay, so first is the good old pill, y'all, the most common form of birth control. You know, you take this pill the same time every day. It prevents pregnancy by pretty much stopping you from releasing an egg. No egg, no baby. Now, if you miss a dose, though, you can cause that egg to release. So you have to be very careful with the pill. The room for error is high. I made a full video talking about what to do if you miss a birth control pill. You can check that out next. And next is the patch. Now, the patch, you get a little bit more wiggle room. If you don't remember things, you get 7 days of a wiggle room. So you put that on every 7 days for 3 weeks. And then on the 4th week, you do not put a patch on. You just let yourself have a period and that'll do it. So 1 patch every 7 days for 3 weeks, nothing on the 4th week, and you're good to go. Next is the ring, the good old ring. I have a little sample here. You just put this into your vagina. You put that in once a month for 3 weeks. So take it out on the 4th week so that you can have your period. And that's it. Okay, so next is the shot. Now, this one is great if you do not want a daily or weekly or 3-week reminder. It is every 3 months. You get a shot every 3 months. You have to go for a nurse's visit, though, so you have to go to the clinic. You can get a shot every 3 months, and voila, you're good to go. Now, little caveat with this that a lot of my patients do not know. This is actually the one that has been known to cause weight gain. It can cause up to 5 pounds weight gain in a year. So you just have to be mindful of that. And then with the shot, it can take a little bit longer for you to return to fertility when you decide that you want to have a baby and you want to stop that. So make sure you also keep that in mind. Okay, so next is the implant. Now with the implant, we put it in between your skin and the fat, and it prevents pregnancy for up to 3 years. Okay, actually, it's FDA approved for up to 3 years, but research is actually showing that Nexplanon is safe and prevents pregnancy for up to 5 years. So a lot of clinics, a lot of hospitals, a lot of providers are just telling their patients, you don't have to change every 3 years. You can just keep it for 5 years because you won't be pregnant. Next is the IUD. So the IUD is an intrauterine device that goes into your uterus. So it is a procedure that is done outpatient inside of a clinic. And what we do is we literally just put this device in your uterus and it's just going to lay there. And it can lay there for up to 12 years, depending on the one you get. Now, the hormonal ones can last up to 8 years. Okay. Mirena lasts up to 8 years, but there's different kinds. There's Skyla, there's Liletta, there's Kylena. There are different kinds, and the years may vary. The non-hormonal one, the only non-hormonal one is copper, and that can last up to 12 years. Now that one, it can cause just a little bit more slightly heavier bleeding, but your periods will be normal and regular with that one. Let me not say normal. Your periods will be regular, but it may be heavier. Now, the biggest thing with the IUD is it is the one that lasts the longest, but it is the one that can be uncomfortable to place. So you just have to think about that. It is not the funnest thing to experience. However, it does last long, so you don't have to get this procedure like often. So a lot of women said that it is worth the discomfort of like 5 minutes. It is a quick procedure. So now we're going to talk about one that's not so common, which is spermicide. Spermicide is a chemical that you insert into your vagina before having sexual intercourse, and it just slows sperm down or it kills sperm. You can either put the spermicide just inside or you can use a vaginal sponge and do it that way. Voila. But spermicide actually works better when paired with this next one, which brings me to diaphragm or cervical caps. Now, diaphragm or cervical caps are reusable cups that you use to cover your cervix. Okay, so you pretty much insert it, you use it to cover your cervix, and sperm won't get through. Now, if you use it with spermicide, you put the spermicide on the cup, you're doing two things at once. So you're protecting yourself against pregnancy. And we usually advise that women double up on spermicide and cervical caps or diaphragm. That way it can kind of increase your birth control, essentially. Now, these cervical caps or diaphragms are fitted by your provider because, cervix is not a one size fit all, right? Everybody has a different size cervix. Everybody has a different size uterus, okay? So with the cervix, we need to measure to make sure we get the best fit for you to kind of give you that good grasp. Okay, and next is Phexi. So this is where the lemon inspiration come into play. Now, this is actually FDA approved, meaning they've done research and it works. It actually works. So what it does is it's actually not a spermicide and it has no hormone. And what you do is you insert it an hour before sex and it just increases your vaginal pH. It pretty much just makes the sperm uncomfortable. It makes it unable to move, unable to live. And it prevents pregnancy in that way. This is new. It just became approved in 2020. And I can definitely see this being a very common one that a lot of women will start to pick up. And next is the condom. Good old condom. We all know about the condom. It is the only birth control that prevents against pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections. That's all I got to say about that. That's all I need to say about that. So next is the withdrawal method. Now, we know that this one is risky simply because pre-ejaculation can contain sperm. So if you're serious about preventing pregnancy, you can't really count on this one. But you can also combine this one with the next one, which brings me to fertility awareness method. This is one of my favorite birth controls simply because it can be effective. The more you pay attention to your body, the more you know that you cannot become pregnant every day of the month, the more you know that sperm can only live for a certain time in your body, you can put that power into your hands. I made a full video on fertility awareness method. You can check that out next. But pretty much with the fertility awareness method, you pay attention to your cycles. If you have regular cycles, you can pretty much predict when you are ovulating, when you are most fertile, and then you take precaution around that time. Simple. It works if you work it. And lastly is permanent surgical birth control. Okay. Now, this is for people who do not want to have children in the future. Now, there is vasectomy for men, and there is tying your tubes, so tubal ligation for women. Now, remember, this one is permanent. So you can't really change your mind after deciding to do these ones. And there you have it. Those are all the forms of birth control that has been approved by FDA. If you have any birth control that you swear by, comment down below, or absolutely did not work for you, comment down below as well. Remember, birth control is not a one size fit all. What works for one person may not work for the other, and vice versa. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Again, my name is Adetutu. For more on women's health related topics, don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. I'll see you next time. You take care of yourself. Bye. It always makes me laugh, my outro videos, because I'm like, how do I say it? What do I? That's the time when I get stumped the most, because I'm just like, I'll see you next time. Take care. Oh my gosh. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.